Would you look who it is? Johnny Key, welcome back to the vlog. How are you doing?
I'm great.
We just got to the hotel. I'm here with
Johnny Key. I feel great. A little scared about what's gonna happen at night, but I feel good. He needs me. Let's go, Luke! Come on! Luke Talbot. What a race.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. It's the Blonde Duo coming to you live Friday morning. Unfortunately, this week, for perhaps one of the first times in Blonde Boys history, I am the problem. It was my fault.
You are.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. We were supposed to film on, what was that, Tuesday? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, Tuesday.
And basically what had happened was Tuesday, I had no internet because Monday night, we got hit with a tornado. A tornado hit about 45 minutes outside of where I live. And normally that wouldn't be an issue. But literally 100 meters from my house, the next street over, got hit with some pretty strong winds. And I do have some more statistics on those winds. So the weather.gov has an EF scale, which is like determines the wind basically. And normally a 0 is like what you would have on like a stormy day, because that's like 65 to 85 mile per hour winds. A 1 is 85 or 86 to 110 mile per hour winds. We got hit with an EF2, which means we got hit with winds from 111 to 135 miles per hour. And down this, literally 100 meters from my house, down the entire road, like a little over half a mile long, just completely wrecked all this entire road. And granted, I say wrecked, I don't mean like everything's okay. Nobody got injured. There's no real damage to like any of the houses, which is really, really grateful for that. The trees, on the other hand, an absolute metric ton of branches littered everywhere. I think like on average there was about one tree down per house along this half-mile strip. Like I kid you not, there probably was like around 50 trees down minimum. I'll have some shots in next week's what's it called, summer running episode, so you'll be able to see it.
Oh,
but,
I can't wait to see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's funny. The day isn't the day that happened. Wasn't that the day the new Twister movie came out?
Maybe. I don't know. That's insane if it is. Yeah, but I have some drone shots of like all the trees down and whatnot. They just got literally ripped out of the ground. Our neighbors, like the closest house to me this way, their tree fell into their neighbor's yard and took out their gazebo and like the whole fence, because it was a huge tree, which sucks. But yeah, fortunately, like I said, there's like no real like serious damage to any of the houses.
Yeah,
I think some of them, like obviously the roofs got a little ripped up, and you lose a trampoline or two. There was a trampoline in the middle of our road. I finished my workout Tuesday morning and I walked straight over, and I was like, yo guys, you need a hand getting this out of the road. So me and like two other dudes, like literal dads, they were trying to get it out, and I was just like, yeah, you need a hand? They're like, oh yeah, that'd be great. And mind you, I'm the weakest link. I'm like freaking 150 pounds. And this trampoline is huge. It's a square trampoline too. It's not even a round one. It's freaking huge. It's a square trampoline. They're on two sides of the end, and I'm like in the middle on the other side. And I try to lift it up, but it's soaking wet, and my hands are just slipping because I'm sweaty. So I'm literally holding it with my arms like this, like I'm like curling something, just holding it right here. And I kid you not, I literally was like down walking this back into their backyard, and I finished, and my arm right here was sore for like the next day and a half. Bless you.
Yeah, it's a whole arm workout.
Yeah, it was tough. And mind you, I just finished running an 8-mile progression run. Like I literally had finished and saw them taking it out, so I walked over as I'd finished. I was just like, yeah, can I give you guys a hand? It was really awesome to see that the whole community was out helping with picking up trees, picking up branches, moving, basketball hoops out of the road, trampolines and whatnot. They were driving around with trucks and trailers, even a couple of golf carts out there. Just really nice to see, obviously, the community all lending a hand to help everybody out. like I said, super grateful that nothing serious happened, no
Yeah.
injuries. All the houses seem to be okay, minus some roof problems, some shingles missing and whatnot. But yeah, we got really lucky given that, 111 to 135 mile per hour winds is
I can't
insane.
imagine. I can't
It's
imagine
insane.
being out there like if that.
So
Like, would it actually like throw you around, or would it?
I'm sure okay, that those trees are much heavier than I am. Trust.
That's
A
yeah.
trampoline is much heavier than I am. You are definitely getting thrown. There's no question. There is no question. I mean, you got to think like if a trampoline's out in the middle of a road, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, granted, it's like flat and you can pick it up a little easier, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm way too light. So, yeah, I would
There's only
imagine
one
you
way
get
to find
thrown.
out, dude. Next time you just gotta go on a nice little run out there.
Dude, the worst part about it was I'm gonna kind of spoil a little bit of the summer running episode for next week, but I was in bed at 7 and 9:05 or so. The Apple weather alarm goes off, and dog, this is the sound that it makes. I think I still have it on my phone.
Dude,
Um,
I totally forgot to tell
yeah,
that to
I
you.
don't.
I got a text from Luke at like 9 something, and I was like, this literally never happens because he's
Yep.
already dead asleep by that time.
Oh my
And
God, it was so bad.
I was so confused because I asked him, I was like, so what are we talking about on the podcast? And he says Jakob, and then he says in a tornado. And I was like, what are you talking about?
This is I am okay. I am dead asleep at 9 o'clock, and then all of a sudden, I had my Koros data. I was looking at it, and I was in deep sleep at nine
Oh,
o'clock,
yeah,
and
it's a
this is
toughie.
all I hear.
I can't hear it.
Can you hear it now? Like while I'm
Oh, there
talking?
we go. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I
yeah.
gotta talk while it's playing. I forgot.
That's a nice
So
little alarm.
that sound. I'm literally scared shitless basically because I'm like, what is going on? And yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It went off and my phone's far on the other side of the room from me, so I can't even turn it off if I wanted to. But
Oh.
it stopped playing and nothing happened. And I could kind of hear the wind outside and a little bit of the rain. I was
Hmm.
like, I'm going back to bed. So I close my eyes again and I lay back down, and then all of a sudden my door swings open and my dad goes, Luke, get up, we gotta go to the basement. So we're all going down to the basement. I'm laying in the freaking guest bed down there, just like trying to like go back to sleep. And there's no way I'm going back to sleep at this point, obviously.
Yeah.
I look at my phone, I get a text from you, or I saw the text from you. I'm like, Jakob, in a tornado right now, and then I turned my phone back off, and I didn't even look at it again for a while. And dog, it was just such a rough night. I don't think I went to sleep till like 10:30 at that point, so it was just like I was going through it, and we lost power. We lost power at
Yeah.
the moment that that alarm went off. We lost power, and we didn't get power back until about 5:30 in the morning. So I got up at 4:20, and I can't see anything. All the fridges, my dad, thank God, has a generator. So I'd say like one in
Yeah.
every like 5 to 10 houses had generators going, which is like the craziest thing ever. But I go downstairs and I hear the generator going outside, and I walk into my kitchen. And if you watch some running videos, you'll see where my fridge is kind of set up. It
Hmm.
was pulled out of where it was, like, and blocking the walkway. But I was going through a different walkway, so it was like kind of like in the corner of where I needed to go. And
Hmm.
normally, like, I know exactly where everything is in my house. So I'm just like kind of walking around. I almost fell over some of the cords, but I make it down. And I go to turn away from the fridge, and all of a sudden, like, I kind of barely see the fridge a little bit. And I'm walking toward it, and all of a sudden it goes, whew. I'm like, holy sh! And I almost smacked myself on the fridge because it's completely pulled out from where it used to be because my dad had to get in to plug it into the generator. So
Yeah.
nothing at the house was working but the refrigerators. We had like 3 refrigerators all plugged in to make sure, obviously, none of the food got ruined. And that's the only thing that we had plugged in. Or minus, like, I think we had a fan going and maybe like charging some phones. But like the main
Yeah.
thing we had were the fridges. And Yeah, I got outside, pitch black because none of the houses obviously had any power.
Power, yeah.
So all you hear, like I did like my little 15-minute warm up, and all I hear is of
The
all the
generator.
generators. And there's one like every, like I said, 5 to 10 houses. So you're just
Yeah,
hearing that everywhere you go. That's the only thing you hear, and it's pitch black because none of the houses, like all the lights were off. So it's like, bro, it was a wild morning to say the least. And obviously, I'm trying to run in the dark. I'm almost hitting branches. There's a trees in the way. I can't
yeah,
see anything. I started my workout and there was a tree that I literally would have ate if I was on the other side of the road. I just got lucky that like I started my warm up on one side of the road, didn't
yeah.
see it in the slightest during the warm up, and then I started my workout. I was just like, "Holy crap, that was there this whole time!" Like I literally would have ate it if I was on the other side of the road, which is crazy to think. But an absolute wild turn of events, and we finally
That's
get power
nutty.
back, like I said, at 5:30, and we would have recorded, but guess what? No internet. We didn't get internet until I was asleep that night. Internet came back around like 9 or 10 o'clock Tuesday night, which thankfully, like it could have been so much worse. Like, thank God the
Yeah,
power came back. Even if we didn't have internet for the next couple of days, so be it. But I'm just grateful that we had power back as soon as we did. Internet came up pretty quickly. Like, we're really fortunate that it did turn back on because some places I don't think have internet until like today or yesterday, which is crazy.
yeah.
Like that's
That is
tough.
crazy.
But yeah, we got so lucky, like unbelievably lucky. So crazy experience to say the least. And
Sounds like
yeah,
it.
my week has just been insane, and it's not slowing down because yesterday I had to open at work, which never happens like on a Thursday. So I had to run
Yeah.
after work, but not a big deal. Today I just finished my workout. I'm sitting on the ground because I feel disgusting because I'm just soaked in sweat, and like me and Johnny were talking, bit of a germaphobe, so I don't really want to,
Yeah.
you know, get sweat and nastiness all over my room. But
No, I respect that.
yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And the floor is pretty comfortable too. Like the floor might be like top three most comfortable places to like be after a run, just
What?
laying down on the
Uh,
floor.
Is it
Oh,
carpet or hardwood?
oh, it's carpet. Yeah, it's carpet.
Okay.
Laying down on a carpet floor post run is literally one of the most comfortable things ever. I don't know why, but dog, it's different.
Well, dude,
Uh,
I mean, I would always like summer running. I would always go down to my basement because it's cooler in the basement,
mhm.
and it's hardwood too. And so you just lay on the hardwood, and
Just
it's so
freezing.
cold. Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice.
Speaking of cold, it is a cool 55 degrees this morning, which is just
Yeah.
perfect.
I
It
mean,
is
I
literally
could go running
perfect.
right now, and it would be fine. Like I
Yeah.
think it's like 65 degrees, sunny, but it's like 65 in the middle of July.
Yeah, right now it's
Not bad at
66,
all.
but when I was doing my workout, like I said, it's 55, which is like unbelievably nice. And
Yeah.
yeah, it really was just a beautiful morning this morning. So really freaking appreciative of that. Had a great workout.
Was
We did
everything kind of cleaned up by then? Or by now, I guess.
um okay, so my track's like 10 minutes from where I live. It's at the high school, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a good maybe 5 to 6 miles, maybe a little bit further. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the mile radius around my house is the only thing that was affected by the storm. Like in like our town, it was just this neighborhood. Everything in the town next to me, Manuka, which is
Mm-hmm.
the high school that I go to, I ran my workout that morning to that town. It didn't even look like it stormed. Like I kid you not, it looked like another day. Like it rained last night and it might have been a little windy. Doesn't even look like anything happened. So I think they lost power too. A lot of lightning was I think the biggest issue, but uh,
Mm-hmm.
I know it was like really just our spot, and then there were a couple more clusters in like the surrounding areas, but like not really our town so much per se. But yeah, it like the biggest problem was like the surrounding towns lost power pretty much. The rest of it, no trees down, barely any branches on the ground. Like I ran to that side of the town and I was just like, how is this look like another day? Like it doesn't look like there's any problems. And they looked like they all had power too, which was crazy. So
Yeah.
it was definitely interesting. But yeah, no, it was not too bad. The track looked completely fine, but to be fair, also the track and the high school on one side it's all cornfield, and on the other side it's completely like It's like 400 meters of just open grass where they have like practice football fields and soccer fields and whatnot. And then on the last side is literally the school. So it's like completely bare around the track.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on, which sucks when it's windy because it literally, you just feel it. But
Yeah.
yeah, nothing would have even really probably happened to the track besides, maybe like a goalpost getting blown around or something like that. But yeah, no, the track was completely fine, to be honest with you. And I don't know what it was like the day after the storm, but yeah, today it looked completely fine. Didn't look like there were any problems. So
Yeah. Hey, well, that's good.
yeah, no, for sure. Definitely a good feeling. I'm glad everything's okay. I'm happy that if our little area in the neighborhood got hit with the worst, I'm glad, like, because we all made it through perfectly fine. So that's
Yeah.
just really good to hear. I say perfectly fine. Obviously, there was some damage, but you know, for what it could have been, we got really lucky. That's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
wonderful. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then I have to take my parents to the airport tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So
For what?
I they're going to New Jersey.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
You
for
got family
them.
there or?
I'm not going.
Uh,
Yeah, they're going with my second family. Basically my second parents, so that I'm dog sitting for them and house
okay.
sitting next week.
Okay.
Literally like the closest family friends we have. I literally like if I ever needed something, they're my parents that I would go to. Like I literally call one of them my mom because she's like literally my second mom.
Is that the dog that you I don't even know. It's got like that one hunting stand that you throw to?
Ah, Willie, that is their
Willie, yeah.
son. Yeah, that's their son who's a year older than
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay, okay, okay.
And then I get the other two, Remy and Sadie, which they all are look alike because they're all black labs. So it's like
Yeah,
I
you can't
obviously I know
tell.
the difference, but like they all look alike, and
Yeah.
they're both older than Willie. Though Remy also went to like I don't doggy school for whatever. Like she's trained, so I don't even put her on her leash. I have a collar on her, and she just does her thing. I
That would
don't
be
have to worry.
nice.
I don't have to worry about it at all. I literally say Remy heel, and she'll sit down, or I say Remy come, she'll come to me. If we're playing fetch, I say what do I say? Release, and she drops the ball. Dude, the
Uh,
freaking most well-behaved dog, man. I'm telling you, such a good
I'm
dog.
jealous.
Yeah, and
I'm jealous.
I'm gonna run with her later today. We'll go out on the trail, and she'll run next to me she'll
Really?
outrun me. She will outrun. I could do a long run. She would have like a double in her. Like I kid you not, it's insane the stamina dogs have. Literally insane. I don't
Yeah.
understand. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go run her. We'll run for like 30 minutes, and she'll just run ahead of me, wait till I catch back up, and then run ahead of me again. Like she's literally doing a fartlek. It's insane. But she does get to run with four legs, and I only get two. So I guess,
That's true.
But no,
I
it's
mean,
it's really cool.
you could run with four. I've seen it on YouTube.
Well, uh, yeah, maybe not. If I
Yeah.
was if that was feasible, I think Jakob would be doing it.
It is
Which
not.
I think that's probably a good little transition. We could talk a little bit about Jakob because
Yeah.
holy crap, the biggest storyline, maybe not the biggest, one of the biggest storylines,
Did he have a
being
kid?
Jakob. What?
Did he have like a kid recently or something?
Yeah,
That's
about
what
a
I've been
month
saying.
ago, I want to
Oh,
say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's for before Prefontaine. Let's see, June 25th. So a little less than a month ago.
oh, dang,
Prefontaine was before that, I'm pretty sure. It was
dang.
before Nationals, I want to say. Yeah, it was before Norwegian champs.
Okay,
The
okay, gotcha,
Norwegian
gotcha.
champion or whatever the champs is, like European champs or
Yeah,
whatever they do. But
yeah,
yeah, that was Euro or Norwegian champs was the 29th, and his kid was born on the 25th.
dang.
But he came out and absolutely destroyed a very competitive field of 1500-meter runners, including, like we talked about last week, Yardnegoose, Alihor, Chariot, Nordas, and this was I want to say Monaco Diamond League, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yeah,
Fastest time in 9 years. He is one of four people to ever break 327 in the 1500, running an impressive 326.73, which obviously is the current world lead. He is by far the best 1500-meter runner I have ever seen in my life, and that is because I have not lived very long. But I am scared for the competition. I will never not bet on Jakob, and it's saying a lot given the fact that Josh Kerr is like the reigning 1500 world champion, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I do want to open the floor up a little bit to the question of it's always talked about. Jakob is potentially the best runner when you have a race with pacemakers. But with that being said, he didn't win the gold medal in the 15 last year without pacemakers, and he lost world championships the past 2 years, and neither of them have had pacemakers.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I think that conversation, whether there's a pacemaker or not, is just absolutely stupid. I really don't think it matters whatsoever. And I think like the best way to kind of look at that is the fact that he is the current reigning champion in the 5K for the Olympic Games. He won the last Olympic Games in the 5K. There's no pacemaker. So it's like
Yeah.
I understand where people are trying to go for in the 1500 because there is no pacemaker in those championships, and obviously Josh Kerr won one. What Jake Whiteman won the one before that, and then uh, did did Josh Kerr win the last Olympics? I don't remember who won the
I
2021
do not remember.
1500 Olympic final.
I know who won 2016.
Who won 2016? The GOAT in a
The
tactical
GOAT, bro.
1500-meter race.
The GOAT. I'm sad that he didn't participate in the trials for the 15. Is he
Dude,
like retired? Is that like his I don't know.
yes,
No.
yeah. Oh wait,
What?
Jakob did win the 1500 in Tokyo. What? I'm stupid. Jakob won the 1500 in Tokyo. He just hasn't won the past two world championships, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, okay. That makes so much more sense because Tokyo was in 2021, so there
Yeah.
wasn't probably a world champs that year. That would make sense because it was the Olympics. So he won 2021, Whiteman won world champs 2022, Kerr won world champs 2023, and now we're going into Olympic 2024.
Yeah.
So, which again, obviously Jakob winning the gold in the Olympics 2021 kind of just again goes to say like I think the pacer thing is stupid. Again, like that's really
Yeah.
the moral of the story. So honestly, helps a little bit more that he actually won that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, insane performance. Obviously, I've just been yapping about it so far. Why don't we get Johnny Key's thoughts on the matter?
I actually watched the race, not live, but I watched it afterwards. It wasn't even close. It
No.
literally was not even close. Um, I think that's the scary part, and it's not like I think Josh Kerr is literally the only one who can touch him. But I still like I don't think he loses, especially now, like getting his mojo back. I don't think he loses. Like there's just no way. Because I
Whiteman's
mean,
not even running. He's in the 800 only. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's in the 15.
who?
Whiteman, Jake Whiteman,
Oh yeah,
who
yeah,
won 2022.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but I don't think
I,
he's in the 15.
yeah, I don't even think like that would matter. I literally don't. Josh Kerr, I think, is the only guy who can touch him, and even then, I don't. I think now that he has his mojo back and he's kind of on a groove right now, like I don't think he loses, bro, because he just like he clobbered literally everyone. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that he beat Yared by such a big margin, and like obviously Yared we expected to be pretty good. Same thing with
Yeah,
Timothy Chariot. Obviously, he had the second best time going into that.
yeah.
I think the biggest opposition Jakob is going to have has to be our goat, Hobbs Kessler.
Oh,
I
dude, for
think
sure,
Hobbs, I think Hobbs has
100%.
got the best chance. I'm going to toss it out there. He is my silver medalist. I mean, I'm really putting the house on Hobbs. Hobbs is the goat. If you didn't hear the episode last week, tune in. He's our goat. He's the
Yeah,
USA absolute champion. I mean, he didn't win USA's, but he's our goat.
he's
We're
our
we're
goat.
rooting for him. And yeah, I think Jakob needs to look out for Hobbs because Hobbs is gonna come in with the fire. I'm really confident that him and Oh my God, Hopple was supposed to run. Bryce Hopple was supposed to run at Monaco and scratched, which I don't know why. I never heard anything about it outside of that. But I mean,
Huh.
that's not too common or not too uncommon. People scratch diamond leagues all the time, so
Yeah.
not the end of the world. But I did just think about that off the top of my head. But yeah, shout out Hops Kessler, man. I think
You
the
think
first,
that's the only guy who can touch him? Pause.
I think that's the only guy who can touch him. You got to agree with me. That's the only guy who can touch him.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
That's our goat right there.
Any American in the Olympics, I'm rooting for him.
Oh,
Um,
of course, without a doubt.
I mean, I think Hopper got what fifth at Tokyo,
Sixth.
six. So I mean, and I think he was the only guy who's returning because Hobbs is definitely new to it. I think this is Yard's first 15. So I'm excited to see. I hope one of them podiums at least. Will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But
Who went for the guys? It was it was Cole, it was Centro, and it was not Cooper, I don't think.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Cooper?
He needs to be studied this past trials because I'm
Dude,
sad about that.
I'm really depressed about that.
I
I
know.
such a big Cooper tier fan.
Yeah,
Oh, it breaks my heart that he didn't make it. But again, I mean, given our three that we're sending in the 1500 specifically, like
it,
I'm like, yeah, that's a good team. And given the three that
yeah,
we're sending in the 5K, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good team.
yeah.
I don't know.
Graham Blank's confirmed being the
Correct,
third 5K.
correct.
I
Which
mean,
I feel so bad for Parker Wolf, but Parker
yeah,
Wolf and Graham Blanks also like I don't know if you saw Graham Blanks post, but they were both like behind the scenes. They're like, whichever one of us goes, we're definitely, happy that it's one of us and not somebody else. And,
yeah,
obviously I'm sure Parker's a little sad, but I'm sure that he's glad that if anybody's going over him, it's Graham Blanks. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's tough, but Parker. I mean, he still won the NCAA 5K over Graham Blanks, and I mean, he
yeah,
beat him. So I mean, and they're young, so it's not like this is the last time you'll see him.
without a doubt.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for, the boys that we're sending, and I think that, it's going to be competitive. I can't wait for the Olympics to start. I know we
yeah,
have London Diamond League this weekend. I don't know if you'll be tuning in at all, but
probably not.
oh right, you're not even really. Can you even get Wi-Fi out there? To be honest with you,
I do, bro.
you're just on the lake all day.
Dude, to be honest, I think this place has better Wi-Fi than my house.
Stop. That's
And Dave, it's
criminal.
gotta be. It's gotta be. It is criminal. Also, bro, I didn't even realize I literally have Peacock, and I just never knew.
That's so funny.
I know my dad yesterday was like, "Hey, like they're like raising price on Peacock. Nate, do we have that?" And it's like, "I don't know." And my sister's like, "Yeah, I watch it sometimes." And I was like, "Wait, so you're telling me we've had Peacock this entire time?" Because whenever we
Criminal.
got here, the trials were going on. Like the
Yeah.
first time I was here, and I was like, "Oh, sick! She's got cable. Like I can watch the trials, dude. This is awesome."
NBC.
But yeah, yeah, no, it is. We do have good Wi-Fi here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want to say what? Maybe Ollie Hoare is racing London Diamond League. Maybe Jordy Beamish too in the
Oh,
3K.
our guy Jordy Beamish.
I love Jordy Beamish. What a freaking
Okay,
guy.
just pause button real quick. You noticed that FlowTrack took running with the boys off their page?
We talked about this like 2 weeks ago. That is the biggest BS ever. They filmed this in 2018 or 2019
2019, yeah.
and go ahead and obviously it's behind a paywall, but they start to release the episodes in 2024. And dude, you gotta think that they released the first one, and they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, we might get a little bit of views on this. Like, let's release it, make some profit off of ads. We'll just like slowly release them week to week, whatever." And you
Yeah,
got to think they did so much better than they expected that after they dropped like what was it, the third episode, they're
the
like,
free, yeah.
"Holy crap, we can't release anymore because these people are just we're gonna make them come to our website and pay to watch the rest of it, and screw them, we just want money." They got to be the greediest company I've ever seen in my life. You're telling me that you released the three of them you got so greedy you wanted people to pay for it that you put it behind a paywall. And granted, maybe that's not what they did. Maybe there were some copyright problems or somebody complained. But
I don't
you
know.
gotta think if they had the rights to release this on their channel on FlowTrack's website, there's no reason why they shouldn't have been able to release it on YouTube. And even if it is copyrighted, then they can't make any money off of it on their own channel. They can't release it on FlowTrack if there's like copyrighted music or anything. So if they're
Yeah, I don't even, I think it's literally just the first one. I think they just think, oh, wow, it did really well. I think people want to see this. So let's just take it down and hopefully they buy it.
yeah, I think we're all under that impression, which again, greedy bad I don't want to swear, but greedy pieces of poop, bro. Honestly, like such a terrible company. We hate FlowTrack, but
Yeah. We've talked
some
about it before. We're not the biggest fan.
not big fans of FlowTrack. They could change their ways. They should change their ways for
Yeah,
the
they
better
should.
of the sport. I mean, it's at the end of the day, like you want to
It
see the
does
sport
ruin the sport
grow.
a little bit.
Like
Yeah. It's not
it's
going to grow that way.
not good for the sport. Not
Nope.
good for the sport. And to paywall content like that could literally be motivating people to run. Terrible, terrible for
Uh,
the sport.
and
But
it's not like it's brand new. It's not like
no,
it's a
it's
brand new series.
5 years
It's
old.
5 years old, dude. It's
If
like
you
it's
want to know
time
what
to just
happened
let it
at,
go.
yeah, you literally can look up the results of the national championships that year. It's not like it just happened. It was 5 years ago. It does suck. A
But
couple.
regardless, you just mentioned Jordy Beamish, and I was just like, man, I miss seeing him running with the
I
boys.
love Jordy Beamish. Shout out Jordy Beamish. Obviously, you know that I do the half up, half down. Very much inspired by Jordy Beamish. So shout out Jordy. A couple things I wanted to touch on before we head on out because I really got to use the bathroom. Uh,
Dude, same. Sorry.
Safan Hassan has qualified for the 1500 meter, the 5K, the 10K, and the marathon.
What country is this? Ethiopia or Kenya or something?
Gotta be, but I don't
Gotta
know.
be. Stefan Hassan.
No,
I mean, that is
Sifan. It's a woman.
Stefan.
Sifan. Sifan.
Stefan Hassan.
Correct.
That's a sick name.
It definitely is.
Um, so
I've
someone's,
heard her name many times throughout the past
I don't know
couple of
what
years.
they're gonna be giving her, like at the Olympics to recover, but it's gotta be like the strongest thing of all time.
Again, I don't know that she's competing in all those. It
Not
just
in,
says that
not in Canada.
she qualified for all of them, which she could do the 10K marathon double. I think that is possible. Like they set it up to be able to do that. But Jesus, would that be
That's a lot.
insane?
That's a
And I'm
lot.
kind of just scrolling through her Instagram right now to try to find out any more information. But dude, she's got a 2:13 marathon, the second fastest all
What?
time.
That's a woman who ran a 2:13 marathon?
What the
So she's
wow,
definitely gonna be doing marathon, it sounds like. She's the best.
dude, that is
How have I never heard of this
insane.
woman?
Uh, yeah, it looks like the World Championships. She got the bronze medal for the 15, the silver medal for the 5K, and obviously area record for the marathon, second fastest all time. Insane.
But
She's the
she's
goat,
just a
man.
unit all around.
Yeah, seriously, that's so tippable. That was something that what Tracksta posted, so I saw that and I was
Dude.
just like, "Oh my God, let's go!" Shout out the Instagram pages like Tracksta, like Sidious Mag, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
Even No Context. I mean, they don't post a lot of like crazy stuff like that, but they still do post stuff that like piques my interest and makes me look
Yeah.
up more stuff. So shout out the pages like that really do help promote running and get stuff like that out there because it's hard to find like this stuff if you're not looking for it. And
Hmm.
as connected as we might be to the sport, it's not an easy sport to follow. There are so many
No, not at
events,
all.
there's so many runners. Even diamond leagues aren't easy to watch when you don't know when they're happening. Like even the one in London, it's a complete different time zone from us. So I don't know
Yeah.
when anything's going on. So it's like shout out to those pages that really do make it easy for us to follow. I know a couple things I sent to you. Quincy Wilson named to U.S. Olympic team
Yeah.
in the
Oh, wow.
4x4 relay pools, which
That's
is
big.
the 16-year-old phenom
Yeah.
that was at the trials that we saw.
Yeah. Good for him.
Um, Absolutely good for him. Awesome to see. World record in the 2,000 meter. Oh,
That was
are
Mama
you good?
Key.
Oh, shut up,
Yeah.
Mama Key.
I think she's making pancakes right now. So God
Nice.
bless Mama Key.
Uh, World record for the 2K, 5:19.70. Jessica Hall from straight out of Australia, if I'm not mistaken. And that was also at the Diamond League in Monaco. That's why I was saying, like, I don't know if Jakob's time was the biggest news when she actually set a world record, but
Yeah.
obviously, the guys do get a little bit more coverage. And I mean, it's Jessica Hall's also been insane recently.
Hmm.
When Faith Kipyoung, I don't remember how to say her last name. We were talking about that last week. When
Yeah.
Faith broke the record for the 1500, Jess was like a second behind her. So she, I think, has the second fastest time in the women's 15. And then to go ahead and break the 2K record is amazing. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Shout out Jess Hole. Absolutely insane. I think she's dropped 5 seconds on her 1500-meter time this year, which is
That's a
like almost
lot.
unheard
That's
of.
a lot.
Almost unheard of.
Yeah.
So that's
What's she
awesome.
run for 15?
Um,
Do you know?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure I can figure it out. It looks like 350.83, which is the
Ooh.
fifth fastest time for a woman. My apologies, but
That's nutty.
yeah, 30.5 or 350 is insane no matter what. Like 350 is just
I forgot to send this to you, but have you seen ESPN drop their top 100 athletes of the 21st
I
century?
sent that to you
You
yesterday.
did.
Yes. But
First off,
before we get to that, I want one more thing.
okay.
Uh We also had a report coming in from Brazil, from the Citius Mag, talking about the Kenyan doping agency catching Brazil's Daniel do Nascimento, and I don't even feel bad butchering his name because he got caught for testing positive for 3 different banned substances. This is the guy who was like leading the New York City Marathon or the Boston Marathon. I forget one of the two. He was leading it for like the first half or so, and he was on world record pace, and everybody was looking at this guy like, who is this guy? Why is he running so fast? I think his personal best was like 2:04. He stopped to use the bathroom break and ended up just collapsing not too long after that. Everybody was kind of
Jeez.
like shook. They're like, "Yo, who is this guy? How is he so good? Where did he come from?" And then, a couple years later, it found that he tested positive for 3 different banned substances, which isn't great. His wife also got caught for having banned substances in her system. I think she had 2. Not great, not a great look at all.
No.
It does kind of go back to, the whole Kenyan problem. He was in Kenya training. He got caught by the Kenyan authorities or whatever the Kenyan, group that tests is eh, they just have a doping problem over there. And to be fair, there's a doping problem everywhere. There
Everywhere.
truthfully is, but I think that at the moment Kenya has the largest doping problem. They have the most athletes getting caught, which sucks. You hate to see it. Not good for the sport whatsoever.
Right.
Um, and then yes, I did send you the that on my main Insta, I believe. I sent you the ESPN. Yeah, if you go back to the second post I sent you, or the second most recent, Citius Mag posted ESPN's top 100 pro athletes since 2000. And I will be honest with you, I haven't looked at the entire list. I was like kind of scrolling through the comments,
It
but
is quite literally garbage. If you look at the
who's
comment,
who's
it
ranked
is.
one? Because it has to be like Michael Phelps or Katie Ledecky or
Katie Ledecky was 15. Michael Phelps was number one.
I could see Michael Phelps being number one. I think he has
Yeah.
the most gold medals ever, if I'm not mistaken, or at least like
Yeah.
individual,
I
perhaps.
think he has 27 individual medals. Um, I think he has like And I think 22 or whatever of those are gold, like something nutty like that.
That's insane. I could definitely
But
see him having, like, yeah, number one. Again, Katie Ledecky is also, well, she's about to compete at this year's marathon too,
yeah,
so I'm excited to see how she does. But
he's competing
again,
on the
Katie,
marathon.
no, it's, Olympics, apologies. But she's also like 15 for Katie
Yeah,
Ledecky.
she was 15.
Really?
Tom Brady was 5. Messi was 3. Uh,
Serena Williams.
Serena was 2, I think.
Okay, I mean that's
Your
pretty
mother.
fair. I mean she's the
Um,
best female tennis player of all time, so yeah, I could definitely see that.
talking to Luke.
I just heard voices out here.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
You could just say we're recording the podcast.
Um, what was I gonna say?
Oh, there's a list right here. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Serena Williams 2, Messi 3, LeBron James 4. LeBron James 4? Okay,
What,
interesting.
you think it should be higher or lower?
Uh Probably lower or higher, I'm sorry. Like
Over
looking
who?
at I mean, how many like okay, I guess to be fair, my question is when I look at this pro athletes, I feel like it's so hard to judge pro athletes that play solely in America. When you have LeBron James only playing in the NBA, you have Tom Brady only playing in the NFL, they're only playing against teams in America. And granted, those teams have players from other countries, but like the whole world isn't involved in, the NFL and the NBA. Like I don't really feel like it's very easy to say how good LeBron James is when Michael Phelps swims against everybody.
Yeah.
Like he's not swimming against just Americans or, American like pro athletes or pro athletes in America, I should say.
Yeah.
Same thing with Serena Williams, same thing with Messi. Messi's hard too because I don't really know his accolades. Um, Simone Biles, that's a good shout actually. Kobe Bryant at 10 is very interesting. Kobe Bryant at 10, really?
Yes, Mom.
You have scrambled eggs.
Oh,
I'm okay.
uh,
I'm okay. Thank you.
Is this close? Do you need to go bathroom?
Ma, I'll take him out in a sec, okay?
Okay.
you could just like say like, "Hey, I'm recording."
She doesn't get it. She would be like, "What are you talking about?" No,
That's
dude, the
okay.
stupid dog. I totally forgot to mention this. I'll cut the story short. I get out of aqua jogging. My dad comes down with the dog. My mom's on the boat. So I'm getting out of the water. My dad's like, "Johnny, I need you to like push the throttle forward and push it back. I got to see something on the cable or whatnot." And so he gives the dog to my mom, and he's like, "Just take the dog back up." And my mom's like, "Okay, but like he won't go." And the dog literally starts walking up towards the house. And then he sits down, and my dad's just like, "Just pull on him to take him back up." And so like not even 5 seconds later, I'm in the boat doing the throttle thing, and I just hear my mom like yelp, and the dog sprints in the water. A bunch of ducks landed, and he just starts chasing the ducks. And we call for him. He would not come back. And the thing about pit bulls, one of the trainers was saying that like they'll like swim, and then whenever they just run out of energy, they'll literally just like just drop and they'll just like drown. And so
Jesus.
yeah, no, he didn't have his life jacket on either because we weren't expecting him to be swimming. And so he's going. So I get out of the boat, I jump in, I start swimming after him, and he's like faster than me. And so I'm chasing up after him. I'm probably like 250 yards out from the dock, and he's like completely leaving me in the dust. The ducks were swimming just far enough to where he couldn't get them.
Hmm.
And dude, he just kept going. Like I'm 250 yards out from the dock. My dad's scrambling to try to find the boat keys. They zoomed through the dock, and he said our dog. He turned around and turned towards the boat because I think he was running out of energy. But yeah, I whenever you're talking about that dog being well behaved, I definitely wish I had that.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny because I read that story on your Strava and I was just thinking to myself, Jesus, like I know exactly
Dude,
what this is gonna go for.
I was like, dude, I'm like, I did a workout in the lake, and I literally just get out, and I was like, okay, I'm finally done. And then 5 seconds later, I'm jumping in and I'm like swimming as fast as I can. But he's just so much faster than I am. But definitely an eventful morning. But yeah, back to ESPN's 100 list. It's a garbage list, to be honest. But like you said, it is hard to compare. Like the American, like the leagues only in America compared to like world athletes like Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky and stuff, and even Messi, who competes at like a world level, like in soccer and stuff. Because it's not like Team USA plays Team Russia or whatever in football,
Only in in football, yeah. I was gonna say in soccer they do, but yeah, in
Yeah,
football,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's hard to judge. And then
Here's
again,
my thing too. So I was just looking this up while you're talking. LeBron James has won 4 NBA championships. That's
yeah,
what Google says. I don't watch basketball. Do you know if that's
that
correct?
sounds about right. Yeah,
Uh,
Lakers, Heat,
if we're gonna compare
Cavs.
that to somebody like Eliud Kipchoge,
He
who
didn't even
has
make the list.
he didn't make the list at all. Oh yeah, I obviously the fact that Eliud Kipchoge didn't make the list and he has won 6 world major like marathons. Also won 15 out of the 18 that he's run, is the gold medalist in the marathon, is the only runner to ever break 2 hours in the marathon, and has the world record for the marathon. And he isn't on the list at all.
I know. It's a political list. I mean, let's
And
just be honest.
I hate to say it, but I think Eliud Kipchoge is a better athlete than LeBron James.
Uh,
I don't really have a problem saying that either.
I don't know, like athlete, like athletic wise.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know about that, but I mean, he should have definitely been on the list. That's for sure.
I think I'll stick by having breaking 2 hours in the marathon will never not be more impressive than winning an NBA championship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean,
I think
it's
that's
ridiculous. If you
I'm gonna
saw the whole list, you would be looking at some of these people and be like, "Who are you?" Like they had Diana Taurasi at number 20.
I don't
It's
know
like,
that.
what are we doing? It's a WNBA player. It's like, what are we doing? And her accolades like aren't even like nutty. It's like this women's basketball league has been around for maybe 20 years, and we're putting 10 of them in the top 100 athletes of the 2000s. That's an
10 of them?
overestimate, but I mean, you look through the list, there is a good amount, and it's like, what are we doing? Like Diana Taurasi is not more important than Peyton Manning, who they put at 26. It's like she is
I
not
have
a
no
better
comment
athlete
to
than
that.
Peyton Manning, dude. It's like, and oh my, and the recency bias is crazy. It's nutty. They have like Giannis Antetokounmpo way up there. They have RIP to my man Kobe. Kobe at 10.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that. Well, and that's the thing too. How is Jakob not on the list? He's
Since
been
2000, since 2000. So a lot of these are like older, like on the scene for a while. Jakob's been on the scene for half of those years. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm still gonna be honest with you. Jakob is the most dominant. I mean, he has like 15 world records for different age groups and like actual overall world records.
Yeah.
And
Nah, that could be argued.
is the most dominant middle distance runner that we've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look through the list again, but every time I look at it, it makes me
You're
like
telling
really
me,
mad.
yeah,
And all the comments, everyone agrees
yeah,
with
yeah.
each other. Like this list is garbage. It's political. I mean, it's
I mean,
just
it's
whoever
ESPN. Who's actually looking at ESPN thinking that it's going to be anything but freaking? It's just so biased.
is.
ESPN isn't even worldwide. ESPN is America. Let's not
Yeah,
act like it's not. They might cover worldwide topics, but it's American. There's no way we're letting ESPN tell us the top 100 athletes. Brother, you're only looking at American athletes to begin with. Let's not
yeah.
like let's be honest.
It's a
I mean,
garbage list. There's no other way to
dog,
put it.
look at the top 10 alone. Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods, Simone, Tom Brady, LeBron James, Serena Williams. Serena's American, right? She's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. And Michael Phelps. That is 7 of the top 10 are American athletes. I'm not saying American athletes aren't good. We win the most gold medals at the Olympics every year. We have
Yeah.
amazing athletes. You're not telling me 7 of the top 10 are from America. There's no way. I don't buy it. I do not buy it. There's no way. There's
I
no
mean,
way.
I agree. Tiger Woods. You don't agree with Tiger Woods?
I don't know his accolades. Like I could definitely see Tiger Woods being, up there because I mean, he's probably the greatest golfer to ever live from what I've heard. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, people debate whether Michael Jordan is the best NBA player that's ever lived. And Michael Jordan's my goat. I don't watch NBA at all. I shouldn't get an opinion. But if you ask me who the
Yeah.
best basketball player is, it's Michael Jordan. I'm not saying LeBron. And you're
No,
telling me
I'm
that
not either.
and you're telling me that LeBron and Kobe are above Michael. Well, I guess this is since 2000, since 2000. So that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because
Yeah.
you wouldn't be on the list. Never
No,
mind. That one doesn't make sense. But still,
I think Kobe's stock. This sounds so bad, but after he passed away, I think Kobe's stock has like skyrocketed, and people are just like, I don't know. It
yeah.
doesn't
I mean,
matter. We know the list is garbage. We know the
yeah,
list
the
is
list is
garbage. So
terrible.
there's
I mean, it's an American list at the end of the day, and I love America. You see the flag behind me. I'm all for, representing as much as we can, but there's no way that I'm sitting here thinking there's 7 of the top 10 athletes are American. There's no way. I'm sorry. There are so many sports out
there's
there.
there's bigger travesties to that list than that.
For sure, for sure. But I think that just tells you. I think that just tells you right off rip that it's a terrible list. But
Yeah.
the biggest thing is there are so many sports that exist that I mean half of them Americans probably don't even participate in. Let's be realistic. Like,
Rugby.
well, we have American rugby, but
I mean, yeah, but
but seriously, I'm not looking at America going to the soccer World Cup and thinking that they're going to do good. Like it's
well,
never.
dude, that's because they freaking had Berhalter as a coach, who they just fired.
I don't know
Amen.
any of it, but.
He sucks, bro.
And like I'm saying though, again, I don't think my opinion is any more valid than this list because I don't watch sports. I
Yeah.
watch track and field and I watch Call of Duty. So like I don't get a freaking like I'm not acting like my opinion should be taken seriously. But I will say, looking at this list, I can just tell you that it is terrible. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So
I get mad just looking at it. So
and like Sidious Mag said, only 3 of the 100 are track and field athletes. And to say that when we actually have like heptathlon and decathlon, that's tough. That is tough. I'm gonna be honest. So, you know, where is what's his face, the pole vaulting guy that
Mondo
Mondo? Yeah,
Duplantis.
yeah, he's got to be in the top 100. There's no way he's not, right?
He's not Sydney McLaughlin, isn't in it?
Bro, I'm
It's a
saying this as
travesty.
if I don't know the top 3. Obviously, I know there's only 3 of them that are. Yeah, Sydney's not in it. It's
Which like a lot of
Felix,
the comments were saying like, how
Fraser
are
Price.
these two people in it and Sydney's not?
Yeah, Sydney's not. Usain Bolt
Also,
being at number 9 makes me feel better, but
what's the one hurdler's name? Grant Holloway.
yeah, Grant Holloway, who's
He,
won.
he hasn't
When's the
lost
last
a
time he's
race since
lost?
age 16.
Yeah,
Since
when's the
age
last time he's
16, he's
lost?
never
That's what I'm
lost a
saying. That's
race.
what I'm saying, bro.
It's like,
It's like
what are we doing?
that's
It doesn't
insane.
matter. It doesn't matter. We could
It's
talk about
terrible.
how garbage the list is for
We
forever
really
and
could.
ever.
We really could. We're just yapping at this point. I
Yeah,
think
we
it's
are.
yeah, I mean, we all know it is what it is, but that's really all I really want to talk about this week. I'm sure
Yeah,
we could talk about so much more, but unfortunately, this episode needs to go live. Well, it's not going to be live on time, which I feel bad about. Sorry,
it's
guys.
okay.
That is my fault, unfortunately. I say it's my fault, like I didn't get hit with a freaking storm that took out my internet, and I literally could not record if I wanted
No,
to. But I guess you know what? I should have
you could have
drove.
used your phone.
There's no way. I technically have hotspot, but trust me, it don't work. It does not work. I should have drove to Starbucks and just jumped.
No,
Actually, Starbucks probably didn't even have Wi-Fi either. They were probably still down as well because it's right down the road. So I literally would have had to go like 2 towns over to try to get internet
it
to
doesn't matter.
record
It
this.
don't matter. It's okay.
It don't matter. It's all
I
good.
forgive you.
As you should. But yeah, that's pretty much all from us this week. Obviously, we're pretty much just yapping like usual.
Yeah,
Uh, I think let's check in with Johnny next week to see how he's doing because I know you're kind of going through it this week.
depressed.
Yeah, well, maybe next week we'll just talk all about summer running. We'll probably
That's
update
fine.
what goes down during the London Diamond League. That should be
Hmm.
happening today, tomorrow, whatnot, and then we'll really talk about summer running because usually I feel like every week we've been kind of doing like little recaps on summer running. This week,
Yeah,
not so much because everything crazy happened, but
yeah,
yeah, next week we'll talk about summer running more and we'll probably recap Diamond League at London. So. Appreciate everybody
super.
for listening. Johnny, you got anything you want to add before we head off?
No, no, I gotta go to the bathroom pretty bad.
I do as well, and I need to go take a shower because I feel disgusting. So thank you guys all for listening. We appreciate your support as always. Take care, love all things. We'll see you guys next week, and peace out.